Hello, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. This is your tarot and oracle reading for whenever you are finding it. If you're subscribed and watching this when I post, this is for April 15th to the 21st, 2024. Beautiful week ahead. We have 2 new decks we're using. Thank you to the subscriber who left a donation. Your donations went back into buying these decks. If you guys want to leave a donation, it's always available in the description box. They all go back into the channel. Okay, first card out for you, Leo, is the Deer and Oat Healing. It did come out in reverse, but I'm not sure if we're gonna read reversals or not. I'm still debating with this deck, okay? So we'll just take note of that. I love this. It feels like things are improving for you, so let's keep going. We have the Owl and Hop. Wisdom. Beautiful. I just connected so deeply in last night's shamanic journey I did with an owl spirit. And they had so much wisdom to share with me, and I wish I could remember now because I fell asleep shortly after that, and now it's a little bit blurry. I'm gonna meditate on that. What conversation did I have with that owl spirit? But we have wisdom, we have healing. Leo, this is looking like a very spiritual week for you. One where you are perfecting the art of taking care of yourself. So that is amazing. A lot of you may be meditating more, exercising more, resting more, whatever you need more of, you're doing more of it, which is amazing. Let's see. We also have the Sheep and Blackberry Devotion. Yeah, I love this. Some of you guys are even connecting deeply with certain deities or spirits and leaving them offerings at your altar or going to visit some sort of shrine of some sort of place of spiritual significance. I am seeing here making your own shrines in the world, finding your own cool spots in nature that no one else really goes to. I know that's a very specific message, but I see it for some of you, traveling to the places less traveled and finding special experiences in those places, getting away from the cities and back into nature. I don't know why that's coming out so strongly this week, but it could also be representing what's to come for the rest of the year. You may be planning some sort of trips, some sort of travel, going to the places less known, less touristy, and creating beautiful experiences there, taking beautiful pictures and connecting so deeply spiritually there. So some of you guys may be feeling a bit moved because you may have traveled recently or even in the past few years somewhere, and you just felt so connected with nature, with life when you were there, and you may be considering moving there. Now keep in mind every place has its pros and cons, but there's just a certain strange energy about you this week, Leo. Very, very spiritually connected. And I can't pinpoint my finger exactly on this feeling, but to me, you're just raising your vibration quite rapidly and experiencing more and more realizations about the world, about history, about politics, and it's like you're fully breaking out of the matrix. The last remnants of it that you may find yourself in, you're breaking out of. And I'm also seeing a deepening of your own inner sense of peace and unconditional love. The things that used to trigger you in the past may not trigger you as much anymore. And yeah, that's why the healing card came out and wisdom. So I'm just getting a more calm state of mind from you. And I keep being drawn back to these images of nature. Some of you may be doing some gardening this week, or like I said, going out and creating some sort of sanctuary out in nature, even just finding a spot that you like to visit to and rejuvenate your energy. You may be creating that in your own yard. Even if you live in a city, you may be going out and finding a place that's away from like tourists and people, and it becomes your spot that you'll revisit quite often. It's like a very sacred spot. I don't know how to describe it. Like sometimes when you're out in nature, there's certain locations that just have a different energy. For example, there is this spot, this meadow, not in my town, but very close to where I live. And this is a nature preserve for most people, but it's not a super touristy one. And there's this one spot within that nature preserve where I just know that fairies live there. It's a very magical spot. And it even feels like you're walking through a portal to get to this spot. And the last time I was there, I had some very profound spiritual experiences. And I even that night had dreams about the spirits who lived in that space. So I don't know. I feel like you're finding a location like that where the energy, the veil just feels thinner. There are definitely physical locations on this planet where the veil between this middle world and the other realms is very thin. And a lot of power can be found in those spaces. A lot of weird things happen in those spaces. And I feel like you are finding one of those spaces this week. And how cool would it be if you can intentionally utilize that space to do some energy work for yourself? Like if you were to visit that space and lay down and just maybe do some Reiki, some energy healing on yourself, on the planet, like that would be a good place to do it. So yeah, I hope that made sense. We're going to get some tarot cards now, 6 rows, 2 rows of 3 from the Tarot of the Divine. First card out for you is Judgment in reverse. Okay, Leo. I feel like you're making a judgment call to leave something in the past, you know? It's not worth it. I'm not going back to that. I'm not, even going to mention this thing again. Because it's just, something is not worth it. Like, it's better to, leave it how it is. Keep your mouth shut. Because engaging with someone or in something is only going to stir the pot more. It's only going to cause more trouble than it's worth. So, really interesting. We have, the devil. Yeah, someone may be trying to mess with you with the devil coming out here. Like, there could be a very toxic person in your life, abusive person in your life, narcissistic person in your life. And you're making the judgment call to walk away, to separate yourself. For some of you, you may finally have reached a decision to go no contact with someone who you thought you would never go no contact with. Like, this, to me, really shows for a lot of you, this could be a family member. Because it's like you never think, oh, I'm never going to talk to my sister again. I'm never going to talk to my brother again for the rest of my life. Until, they just do something so bad and you've gained the wisdom and the maturity to realize just how toxic their behavior is. And you realize, this is an abuser. This is an abusive person. And you start looking at your whole past differently with this newfound wisdom and perspective. And you realize just how much of a setback it is to have this person in your life and to have had this person in your life. And you start having these visualizations of what would life be like? What would this family be like? This friend group be like without this person? What would my life be like without this person, without this abuse that I endured? And once you start having those visualizations, at that point, you might as well just move on. You might as well just cut them off. You know what I mean? So the phrase cutting the head off the snake just came to my mind here as well. So some of you may be going no contact with someone. We have the 3 of Wands, yes, moving up in the world, moving up on the ladder, reaching some of your goals, your dreams. Extremely beautiful. That's the thing. Leo, someone may have threatened your growth and your development. There may be something that's going along beautifully in your life that you want to continue growing. This could be a career. This could be a relationship. For example, you may be having a career that's really taking off right now and you're excited about the growth and how it's moving forward. And then a very toxic person, narcissist, someone like that, comes along and almost threatens that growth. And they say, and it feels very narcissistic, very silly, childish. They get jealous for whatever reason, and they may threaten you in some way to take the growth that you've been making away from you. All right, it's so toxic. It really is. The devil is not an understatement when it comes out upright. This is just straight up abuse. This is just straight up energy that, first off, you're not stuck in, but you should get yourself out of. There's no need for you to continue to engage in this type of behavior with this person, with this energy. And for a lot of you, I think you made that realization recently, okay, it's time to let this go. It's time to start looking at other options here so I can continue to grow without this snake in the grass constantly trying to bite me, Crazy. Second row of cards out. 4th card is the 3 of Swords in reverse. Right underneath the Judgment in reverse. Wow. Yeah, you don't really have strong emotions towards this, I feel. Because here's the thing. whoever this person is, whoever this influence is, they've stabbed you so much in the past that like they can't even hurt you anymore. It's like, I'm used to it. Like, what do you want? So you don't really feel bad or guilty about making the judgment call to cut them off or to cut them out. I'm seeing here someone watching, you may be an older person, and in your will, you're taking someone out of your will, essentially, is what I'm seeing here, which is very specific. But, you know, similar energies, like making the decision, like, you know what, you're not getting any benefit from being in my life. And for some of you, it's like you don't even talk to this person that much as it is, but they still somehow get a benefit from threatening you, even though you're not receptive to it, because it's their way of trying to minimize you and your accomplishments in order to boost their ego. Now, I feel like I've done this reading before a lot in these past few months, so yeah, you're just cutting someone out of your life and you don't feel bad about it. We have the Hierophant. Some of you guys are ascending to a level of being a master, a teacher, a therapist, someone in a very high authority position. I see here multiple people may be pursuing very higher education, so master's degree, PhD, doctorate, things like that, which is great. Congratulations. And I'm also seeing you're trying to support yourself the best you can with mentors and people who can give you guidance on how to move forward. Things like therapists, advisors, life coaches, which is great as well. And you're making the decision to surround yourself with as much healing support as possible, especially during this sort of stressful time in your life where you're really growing. You're trying to pave the way for yourself, and on top of that, you have someone trying to disrupt the flow of good things in your life. So it's just great to surround yourself with people who are elders, who are wise, who can help guide you through this time in your life. And you're also becoming that person for other people. We have the High Priestess coming out in reverse as your final card. This is what it looks like upright. Beautiful. And you know what? Whenever this comes out in reverse, it does show lies. I don't know why. It shows usually not listening to your intuition, but for some reason in your reading with the Devil, with the Three of Swords reverse, with the Judgment reverse, I am getting lies. Lies. Someone is lying or very heavily exaggerating something in order to, I don't know, get what they want. Whoever this person is, their energy is nasty, and it feels like they're trying so hard to be a big deal in your life, but emotionally, I'm just not feeling it for you guys. Like, you're not emotionally, like, you don't care about this person anymore. You know, they're not triggering you because they've triggered you so much in the past that it's like, what are you going to do now? Well, seriously, what are you going to do now? Like, you're not getting the old hit off of me that you used to get when I would argue back, when I would defend myself. Like, that bolstered this person's ego. And you're not doing that anymore. So it's like they're almost acting up because they're not getting that. And for some of you, if you feel like this is happening out of the blue, it's actually not happening out of the blue. This person may have had something really bad happen in their life recently, and that's why they're trying to get this hit of good energy that comes from, like, torturing you, essentially. They may have gone through a breakup in particular, is what I'm seeing. So, listen to your intuition, guys. All right. Thank you for joining me. You're making a great decision by removing this person from your life. There's a lot of healing taking place in your energy. I see that multiple times, literally with the healing card, Three of Swords reverse. These are both signs of healing. We see growth here with the Three of Wands in your career, your happiness, your life, really leveling up in life. You're having the wisdom to not even engage in someone's drama, remove yourself from it, and you're staying devoted to your own personal plan and path. You're not giving up. This is a great week for things like schoolwork, working really hard, making that money, okay, and just bettering your life in general. It feels like you're ascending, and it's triggering people who aren't, okay? Thank you, guys. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.